Shut up and sit down.
Hello and welcome to the Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm Keith.
And I'm Tim.
Pretty easy to know your cue when there's only one other person, not multiple other people.
The other ones are dead to me.
They're all dead to me. Some people had other things to do, other more important things to do, I guess.
It's my birthday. I want to spend time with my child to help their education. Fucking priorities, people.
How about education? It's karate.
Learning karate over the internet should be an education. An education what? I'm not sure. Probably karate, but...
I would assume so. In what is it, Blade, whatever the heck he said it was?
Blade, Blade like Wesley Snipes Blade?
I don't know. It's like Blade karate. I have no idea. And then I have no idea where Troy is. Troy's probably asleep.
Good for him. He looks like he needs the rest.
Once again, this is the Dunning-Kruger effect, the podcast where we know a lot about not much. So, yeah, there's been a couple of changes happening recently. I don't know if you heard or not, but there's a new president.
Really?
Oh, there is.
The U.S.?
In the U.S. But I think that we should talk about the new president in Liberia first, because that's more important.
That I had not heard about.
I don't know if there is a new president in Liberia or not. I'm just being
there's
weird.
One in Uganda.
A new one? Well, yeah, a couple.
They had an election. I mean, I'd assume.
Was it last week?
Something like that. There was dude got locked up. I don't know. It was like a thing.
They're saying that it was, okay. The opposition is saying that it was rigged, obviously. So,
oh yeah,
that's that side of it.
Well, the best thing I saw online about Trump finally leaving the White House is Florida man gets evicted from government housing.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to steal that for when we record 2 and Change on Saturday.
So I'm looking for like a good opening and closing intro for this.
Okay.
So I've been going through a bunch. If you have any ideas of anything that may be good, I thought it's supposed to kind of be like a news informational type podcast. So I thought like old school news opening, but then I listened to a bunch of those and I was like, well, I don't want to be too cheesy about it, and so I have no idea what to use for an opening or closing.
Talking music, right? Not like a scripted intro, like music.
Like Muzak, almost.
Muzak, okay.
Almost. Just like, dun, 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 dun. Although, not really. Not really that. I went through all the news stuff and it wasn't that great. Keep your ears open, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that.
Also thinking that, we don't want to pay for anything, so samples all the way.
I'm already paying for it, so if you can use anything from DL Sounds, that's fine.
Okay.
Just call me the producer and we're good.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I thought I was kind of hoping if there'd be more people kind of here, but I thought we could do a what if game.
Okay.
So there's 5 of the top questions, or 5 of the best what if questions, and I'm wondering, just go through them and see what we come out with, just for the heck of it. There.
Okay. Sure.
Give me a second. Rather not burp in your ear there. So it's go.
I can keep hoping, I guess.
I guess if you really wanted to, I don't know.
Oh, this is what fixing things in post is for.
Yeah, that's about it.
We can just splice in the other guys later.
Just randomly pull them out of other audio, like
from other podcasts.
From really old podcasts, and just throw them in there, just randomly.
Like back before you even had actual microphones for the Rec Room podcast.
Yes. I'll go. I don't even know where it is anymore, but I could pull. I could pull in Jack from Wannabe Critics.
Oh God.
quite a long time ago. It was like, I don't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago almost.
Wow.
Quite a long time ago. Okay. Question one. What if you woke up one morning in another country surrounded by people who spoke no English and with only the clothes you slept in? What would you do?
Since I sleep in my boxers, I'd probably want to find some pants. It'd be kind of my first order of the day.
That's what I was thinking as well, because I sleep in my underwear.
So you wake up in your underwear in a strange country where you don't speak the language, and that's it. You don't have any money. Oh, man.
Let's say what country either. Like, you could wake up in Antarctica in your underwear.
You're not waking up.
No. Unless it's like immediate, like you get transported there, immediately touch the ground and wake up.
Well, like, okay, because there's a difference between being transported to, say, like, okay, let's say you're like in, Uganda, but like, are you like in the middle of the nice part of town in the capital? Or are you like in the middle of the bush? I mean, it's
the nice part of town. No, Uganda, the town of Uganda.
They've got cities in Uganda. I mean, so if you wake up in like, a nice part of a city or versus, like, I don't like middle of a warlord's camp in northern Uganda, those are two very different scenarios.
It's also a different scenario being like you wake up in like Mumbai, everything, as opposed to waking up on the Sahara or the Serengeti.
Yeah.
Everything. Are there those, It's like, hey, look, you're now a meal for something else at that point in time.
Well, I think with the question, because they threw it out there that you don't speak the language, I think there's almost an assumption that you're waking up around other people. That feels like that would be a natural assumption based on the way the question's phrased.
Do you speak lion?
No, but a lion's not a person.
Oh, okay. It did say people. So, yeah, okay. All right.
Well, they are what they eat. And if they ate a bunch of people, I mean...
Surrounded by people who spoke no English. Maybe they're dead bodies. You wake up in a mass grave.
I'm just gonna roll over and go back to sleep at that point.
Yeah. Just snuggle into the person beside you. You're good.
I'll be Big Spoon. I don't care.
I don't know what I would do. Actually, it would be
like I'd want to know where I am. I mean, that's kind of the first thing I'd try to figure out. I mean, there's always ways of communicating, right? You can use gestures, you can point, you can, gesture that hopefully make a gesture that sounds like pants, not like, hey, check this shit out,
Yeah. Well, you could gesture to yourself and you could say Canadian and then gesture to somebody else to be, what are you type of thing? What is your, what?
Okay.
Type of thing. So
but
I'm Canadian.
But I would assume if they don't speak English, you probably wouldn't understand what, because what we call countries in English don't always, they, like Germans don't call themselves Germans. German is an English word.
No, yeah, I understand.
May not be helpful, is what I'm saying.
No, I understand that, but maybe, I don't know, you could hope.
Well, I would just hope they're nice people, like I'll gesture, give me food, and if the food's good, I might just,
Give me food. You're like,
just point at your mouth and hope they understand that means food, not, check this out.
Or I'm open for business, anything like that. Nothing weird like that.
Take me to see the chief, but no. That's not
You wake up with a bunch of pygmies. They look hungry.
I would be their king.
Okay, so number 2. What if you could be famous but poor forever? Would you do it?
Famous but poor forever. So
what's more truly valuable, riches or glory type of thing?
I gotta say in this case, so I mean, riches. So famous, poor forever, but then the opposite would be, anonymous but rich. Honestly, it sounds like anonymous and rich would probably be the better deal. I mean,
you're the CEO of Alphabet type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's his face? Sedella Knight? No, that's Microsoft. But it's like be relatively obscure but fabulously wealthy. I'd probably go with that. I mean,
now it doesn't say choose the opposite though. It just says would you want to be famous and poor forever?
So I could be famous and rich forever then.
Well, it doesn't. The question itself is,
okay.
What if you could be famous but poor forever? Would you do it?
Nah. If that's a trade-off.
See, and then my question in there would be, infamous is still famous.
Nah.
So, like a murderer is still famous. They're infamous, but they're still famous. They're well known.
This is starting to sound a little bit like you know the stories with like the genies who are like, "I'll grant your wish, but be super literal about it."
Oh, like a djinn?
Famous. Yeah, I'm famous, but poof, you're a murderer and in jail. You're famous, but you're poor forever.
You're famous because you
ate 3 babies when you woke up. You wake up in a country you don't speak the language. It's clear that you
eat 3 babies.
There's just baby juice dripping down your chin.
You're famous. You don't even know you're famous because you have no idea what they're saying. But
you're pretty sure you know the Ugandan word for baby eater.
All you hear is eat baby. That's all you're hearing. I don't know why.
Oh, man.
Okay, so what if you had the chance? Okay, it's kind of weird. What if you had the chance? Would you change something in history, risking that your parents will never meet with each other and you would never be born?
Okay, so it sounds like a classic. Would you go back in time and kill Hitler, even though it's a butterfly effect that could happen with that?
Yeah, it's not, but it could. It's not necessarily specifically saying Hitler. It's just changing something in history.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, because the thing is, you can go back and change something in history, but you could also make things a hell of a lot worse at the same time, right? So, like for example, I've seen a lot of the alternate history videos. Like, okay, well, what if we didn't fight World War I? Well, then World War II gets a hell of a lot worse. It's just like it's just weird butterfly effects that happen. So I don't think I could do it just without knowing the consequences of my actions.
You're gonna go right back to the start of time and then step on the first amoeba.
Amoeba eater.
And there you go. All the baby amoebas, you eat them, and then because you woke up in a land where you woke up in a land of dinosaurs, because that's what it is.
It's a great Ray Bradbury story about that, where you can actually travel back in time, hunt dinosaurs, but they pre-screen the dinosaurs that, okay, these like the old and sick ones are about to die anyway, and so you're allowed to shoot them like right before they were going to die, so it doesn't cause any problems. But then some guy accidentally steps on a butterfly, spoiler alert, and the world is some sort of weird authoritarian bizarre thing. It's kind of a cool little short story.
I like how you gave the spoiler alert after you said it.
They wouldn't be listening to this podcast if they didn't expect a spoiler here and there. It was written like in the 70s. I mean, 60s or 70s. I mean, what's my obligation for spoiler alerts at that point?
I don't know. They do have. Claire was telling me about this new. I can't remember what his name is. It's a new thing on Shudder.
Okay.
And it's called the Mortuary Collection. And it has the Gorgon in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not the biggest horror person. Laura loves that crap, right? So my wife, she's super into horror, but we had a choice of what channels to get or what sort of those extra Prime channels, and we went with Stack and BritBox, and everything else is like, yeah, you're on your own.
For which?
Oh, like Amazon Prime, you can add channels to Prime Video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we picked up Stack, which is like global channels, and then BritBox, which is like all the British shows, mainly for baking shows, I guess.
Now for BritBox, is that can't find his name. Is that is that the? 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 Is Sorry.
That's okay.